Hey everybody, it's Nikki, the communication coach here, and I just wanted to save you some money. So I have noticed there's a lot of videos at the moment coming out at the end of January when people are struggling to stick to their goals and stick to their New Year's resolutions and change their habits around how you can change yourself in 14 days, how you can be successful around having lots of money in 14 days. And this is just not true. And I'm going to tell you why it's not true and how you can actually start to move towards changing your behaviour. I was going to call this Get a Grip with Nick because it is about getting a grip of your life and you running your life rather than your life running you, which at some stage in our lifetimes we're all really guilty of, and I include myself in that, And before I started coaching, before I started negotiation, before I started looking at myself and becoming a lot more self-aware, my life was running me. And there are times when all of us have overwhelm, or we have something that we want to change. So we recognise that we have something that we want to change, and then we start to look at a way of changing. Now, you may have found that at the beginning of January, you were all fired up, you were all raring to go, you were ready to go, and now your motivation and life is starting to get in the way. So you might have stopped going to the gym, you might have stopped eating healthily, you might have stopped following a new program or writing a book or starting a new business. Whatever it might have been, if you're at that stage, then I'm going to help you, because I have great news for you. You are perfectly normal, and this is a consistent habit that our brains do for us. So when you make a change, your brain will default automatically to the habit that you have already created. So if every Friday night for the last 5 years you have had fish and chips every Friday night for the foreseeable future, that's what your brain thought was going to happen. And now you're changing that behaviour. If you are giving up smoking or giving up alcohol or looking to start in the gym, so finishing a habit and creating a new habit are two different things, and I'll talk about that later on during the week. If you want to have a better communication, better relationships in your life, and you find that you're now reverting back to your default position, this is for you, because what people know is that the end of January into February is a really good time to sell you stuff. So let me save you some money. There is no quick fix, ladies and gents. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here as we go into February, but there is no quick fix. You cannot change your life in 7 days. You cannot break a habit in 7 days, and you certainly are not going to lose 10 pounds and get fit and be a bodybuilder in 7 days. So all of those people that are selling you this, I'm afraid, are selling you to make money from you. If you are one of those people selling, then please follow through with any comment and we can have a discussion about it. I'm more than happy to do that. So your brain works in a way that it will file things into little filing cabinets, and that helps you to create new ideas, new thought processes, saves you time, and because you are overwhelmed every day with new information coming at you all the time. So rather than be flummoxed by all of this information, your brain weeds stuff out and it goes to what it knows. So when you come to break a habit, you're talking about breaking a lifetime, a life cycle, and you have to implement something else. So it's like overriding a computer. You have to reprogram yourself, you have to become more self-aware, you have to work out what your trigger is, what your routine is, and then how you reward yourself. And that is not going to happen in 7 days. But what you can do in 7 days is you can start to be more self-aware and you can start to recognise what you're doing and why you're doing it. So if you have a habit that you want to break, the first thing to do is become self-aware about that habit. So if it is smoking, every time you have that cigarette, from now on I want you to think about, why am I having this cigarette? And before you even put it in your mouth, I want you to consciously think, why am I doing that? What has happened that I now want this cigarette? It might be that you want to go out and get some fresh air, that you want a break from your computer, whatever it is, note it down. The same with if you want to create a habit of healthy eating, but you still find that every time you walk past the baker's, you are drawn into the bakery. You get the smell, you get your senses, and you walk into the bakery because you smell something. Note down what is your trigger, because the more you are self-aware about what your trigger is, the better it's going to be for you, and the easier it will be to break that habit or create a new habit. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. Any questions, far away, please let me know. Remember, please, though, ladies and gentlemen, before you do put your hands in your pockets and spend a lot of money out there with people that are telling you basic lies, maybe is too strong a word, I don't know. I just feel very uncomfortable with it when I see it. And so I've done a lot of research into it. I've worked with a lot of people who have changed their behaviour. I've changed my behaviour a lot over the last 30 years. And also I've talked to a lot of people in crisis. And I know that it takes, or I believe, I believe that it takes a lot longer than 7 days to change that habit. So I shall help you over this week around that. Okay, have a good evening. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.